Nileshi, my last question to you is that, Hindu civilization has gifted the world with many of its great inventions and discoveries.
Yeah.
And there still are people who ask why we fail to sort of lead with new and additional inventions and scientific theories in terms of technology, for instance, right? There are people who keep on asking questions about why we do not have more airplanes being built here or more computers being built here. And I think the answer to that should be obvious, but it would be lovely if you can explain that to us in clearer terms for our Western audience.
Okay. No, great question again, Ojasvi. And you said the answer should be obvious. But again, you may know well too that it starts with many people. You just said Hindu civilization has given, the basics for much of a world civilization. Even that fact is not known. Okay. I mean, it's known to you, and congratulations. uh, Many of the modern inventions, I will say, in the science side, but also technology, and we should distinguish science and technology, and that is how I'm going to answer your question. What you'll find is a basis for many of the scientific theory has come from India. And I'm not saying India is the only place. Okay, it would have come around the world, but India has made a significant contribution. Again, what is the method of science? See, science begins with the critique and criticism of a myth. Like, so we hear something like Hanuman say flying, and you say, okay, how would he fly? Okay, so that's now we start critiquing it. And then somebody finds a way, like a glider can make you fly, or then an aeroplane can make you fly. Okay, so science begins with the critique of a myth, criticism of a myth. And so India, as a ancient narratives, did provide a basis. When it Many people don't know that even the modern so-called allopathic medicine science, they have benefited immensely from the Ayurveda. For example, a Wellcome Group in UK, I mean, the CEO of that group, he sent a team or an individual, and his job was to go in India and not return until he has extracted all the information from Ayurveda, from all the Ayurveda folks of India. And he spent some 3 years or a longer time, extracted stuff and went there. If you know the Aveda brand, Aveda, that comes from, again, a Veda, something like that. That person in here in America, Minneapolis, he hired two individuals, Ayurveda specialists from India. They worked with him for many years. And now people even don't know that Aveda has anything to do with the Ayurveda. It's actually Aveda for Ayurveda, short form for Ayurveda. So that is a science factor. But what you just said is actually justified. It's somewhat justified. People will say, oh, but India did not invent telephone and aeroplane and steam engine and stuff like that. They are partly correct, but think of it, therefore I want to separate science and technology. Science is like understanding the fundamental first principles for any discipline. Technology, if you have enough resources, if you and find a group together with enough talent, crazy folks together, and give them enough resources, enough money, things can happen. Technology can come up with some things for which a scientific basis may not exist. Actually, we have many applications like that. So technologically they work. I mean, it takes simple as an X-ray. Once somebody by mistake found out an X-ray, that they found a picture of a bone or something. You may not exactly know what X-ray is. You may not know exactly how it works, but you may still start using that X-ray technology to take pictures, to see inside our body. So we have to separate science and technology. And especially if you consider these all inventions that you just mentioned, they came in what, last 100, 200, 300, 400 years. Okay, now think of what was happening. That's why you said correctly, the answer is obvious. You think of what happened in last 400 years of India, or last 1000 or 1500 years. Okay, I mean, there was first the Islamic invasion, and then the whole colonial invasion. Okay, and what did they do? They shut down in one after another Indian industries. But how many people know? Just take a conveyance, like the most sophisticated and most sophisticated boats, let's say, in the world, anywhere in the world, were built in India until 150 years ago. In fact, British made the Nanking Treaty with the Bombay boat workers because they needed their skills. But British, essentially colonialists, shut down one industry after another. And when the Islamic invasion happened, they didn't focus on doing anything in terms of building the prosperity. They build prosperity by stealing from others for most part. And that is the reason last 400 years, 500 years, India didn't do well. But now that is changing. Now you can see also, like, there is a lot of new inventions coming in India. And as far as the science goes, that charge is not true. Indians have always contributed to science in the past and even in the last 500 years. See, what I have done with Mahabharata and Ramayana are also new inventions. Okay, so many times when people ask me, so Nilesh, what have you done exactly? How would you summarize it? And I say, what I have done for Mahabharata and Ramayana, okay, is exactly what Kepler, Newton, and Einstein did to cosmology.
Right. Well, thank you so much, Nilesh ji, for coming here today and speaking on all of these issues that I think personally need more to be spoken about. Namaste and to you, and thank you so much once again. And to our audiences, please like, share, and subscribe. And we will be back with another fantastic conversation on the Festival of Bharat. Namaskar.
Namaskar, Ojasvi. Thank you.
Namaste. We hope you enjoyed this Chitti Media content. Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.